The whir of the coffee maker is broken by a strange, gurgling slush, unfamiliar to my drowsy cul-de-sac. I'm having a Zoom with my friend Jake, my first stop for harebrained ideas. Hold up, Jake, I tell, squinting out my office window. Either a sewer line's acquired a soul, or my flood insurance just became pertinent. Jake's pixelated face furrows. What's happening, Tom? My driveway, I grunt. Amazed is now a duck pond, and it's rising, I in the call and bolt to the front door, flinging it open. It's a disaster. My sloped driveway. My only path to the street is a muddy lake, water creeping up my lawn, threatening the daisies I planted grudgingly last fall. The culprit, obvious, there on her unnaturally perfect lawn, stands Pamela HOA president, and my personal nemesis arms folded a smirk curling her lips. Her two industrial sprinklers, usually pampering her emerald turf, are aimed at my property. The culvert between our lots for storm runoff is suspiciously plugged. Pamela, I bellow, wading into what used to be my fescue, cold water bites ankles. What the hell you doing? She makes her smile venomous. Just messing with my sprinklers. Thomas and I opened that culvert full of your trash. Water flows better now, doesn't it? My trash, that culvert was open yesterday. I snap water now at ankles. You flooded my sole exit. Is that my fault? She cussed, tilting head. Maybe you shouldn't have broken. Section 8, subsection C. Clause 3, visible vehicle repairs. She gestures towards my garage, where I'd repaired the swamp beast door open for ventilation. Maybe 3 hours. You flooded my land over a garage door. I'm stunned. Rules are rules. Thomas, she sneers. This could take days to drain pity. I stand dripping, her sprinklers still flowing. She believes I'm trapping my cars in the main garage. Stranded repairs will take weeks. Fines and lawyers will chase Pamela's reveling. But then a grin spreads across my face. I look at my detached garage home to my projects, where the swamp beast lies in wait. Years ago, I purchased a battered 8-wheeled ATV frame. A junkyard relic, hours of welding, wiring, and cursing transformed it, fierce, fast, and crucially amphibious. Just in case I told Jake, he'd laughed. Who needs a water-crossing ATV, suburban Indiana Tom? You never know, I'd said with a smirk. Now, I know Pamela's on her lawn, probably writing her victory email to the HOA board. Unaware, as I walk to the garage, the doors creak open to expose the swamp beast, tough olive green, a monster of utility, not style. I'd tweaked its V-twin engine and coated the hull last week, adding in gas and oil. Since hit me, the engine roars to life, rattling the cul-de-sac, silence. I flip switches, assemble pump, inspect propeller, ready. I rev the swamp. Beast jolts out of the garage, careening over grass toward Lake Pamela. She flips phone to ear, likely gossiping. Her jaw falls as the beast doesn't decelerate, splashing into the water it lingers. Then I engage the propeller wheels, folding up, it churns ahead. No speedboat, but unrelenting. I skim past Pamela, her phone slipping, mouth agape. I wave mock royal Section 8 clause. Whatever can kiss my amphibious ass, I mutter, grinning, her shock turning purple as gold. Mrs. Larson at number 39 peers out, eyes wide. I'm not trapped. I am triumphant and wetly. So the swamp beast navigates the flooded street, leaving a wake like a rogue barge. Dog walkers freeze a kid on a scooter, topples. I pull beside a mail carrier. Mid-delivery morning. I call over the engine. Rainy, huh? He gapes. Got a permit for that for having lived through a flood. I quip it's exclusive. He shakes his head, continuing his journey, probably reconsidering his career. I need equipment, coffee, a pump, and someone to report Pamela to. Who isn't Pamela? The hardware store's parking lot draws stares as I park the beast between a sedan and a truck. Phones emerge. Ho, a war trenum back home, loaded with a submersible pump and 60 feet of hose. I spot a police cruiser, ask you by. Pamela's drive officers. Reed young and stifling a smirk, and Brooks grizzled and tired. Hear Pamela's ranting on the beast, sits proudly on my wet lawn. Officers, Pamela shrieks, seeing me with the pump. This lunatic's terrorizing us with that machine. He crushed my prize, Xeneas. Eli ducked her flowers, though her roses got a little splash. Officers, I say, keep calm. She flooded my driveway across a garage door. I used my sole vehicle that was able to cope. Reed eyes. The lake, the monster Pamela's water garden. So, ma'am, you flooded his access, sir. What is that thing, Amphibious ATV? I answer my properties off-road. Now, thanks to her Brooks size, a veteran of petty wars, another day in Green Meadows got proof he violated a rule requiring a flood. Brooks asks Pamela, "It's in the bylaws," she insists, voice cracking that vehicle not street legal. "It's an OV, I count her. My land's a swamp," her doing the cops mediate, half amused, half annoyed. They can't arrest her for sprinkler sabotage, but Brooks observes, "Property damage and water diversion," Reed admires the beast. "Built it yourself?" he whispers. "Yep, I beam." They advise adult resolution, unlikely with Pamela's tantrum post. Cop's reality hits a mess. I call a plumber. Gus, a drainage guru. "Hey Gus, Tom here. My HOA press turned my driveway into a lake. Culver's blocked. Her sprinklers are cannons. Long story bring waiters." And a laugh. A drone's whine cuts in. Pamela's hovering, filming my illegal pump setup. She smirks from her window controller in hand. "This woman," I growl. Gus arrives, eyeing the flood drone, and beast hell. "Haven't seen this since old lady Carter dammed the ditch in '95. He chuckles. "She's got more cameras than a spy movie repairable for money in the film." Gus grins. "We'll dry it and shut her next antic." Jake rolls up his rusty truck, dwarfed by the monster. "Tom, you broke her." He laughs an Amphibious ATV. "I told you it was crazy, and I'm glad I was wrong. She flooded me." Jake Raff from violation notices. "This is better." He beams plan aside from a boat rental business. "Gus will repair the flood," I say, long term. "I'm flood-proofing French drains, a berm cute, but Pamela-proof." Gus nods. "I know a landscaper. Tara, she's creative, despises HOAs. We'll make it flood secure and stunning with a screw." You attitude Jake's over the moon. "Can I shovel or hand out beers?" Pamela's drone hums a taunting wasp. I wave jauntily. The fights on days blend with activity. Gus's crew clears the culvert. Not my litter, but Pamela's trimmed branches. A paver from her garden and a ceramic gnome. Gerald like her lawn's army. Gerald went for a swim. Gus tells, dangling the wet figurine. My cameras catch everything. Tara arrives, a dynamo with a laugh like thunder. She scans the swamp. Pamela's glare and the siege. "So the HOA which attempted to drown you?" She booms one, a fortress of daisies. Fort Apache, but with thorns, I smile. Tarara's crew digs. Pamela's drone hovers. Her shouts relentless that pH is wrong for roses. She screeches. Tara retorts. "These are lady pollinators. Read a book before you trash my lees." Neighbors stir. Mrs. Larson gives a thumbs up. Young Ms. Gomez accidentally sprays Pamela with her sprinkler's rebellion. Bruise, the showdown hits at Pamela's emergency HOA meeting. The clubhouse is packed, her power suit screaming authority. A blurry drone clip of the swamp beast plays. Thomas Reed flouts our covenants. She rails his vehicles a hazard, his landscaping an insult. My turn. Jake prepped a slick PowerPoint. "Thanks, Pamela." I say calm. Here's the truth. My camera footage shows Pamela stuffing the culvert with branches and Gerald gasps. Ripple. "Here's Gerald rescued," I add, showing the gnome note, his twin in Pamela's garden. I present Gus's blockage report, Tara's permitted plans and municipal codes on water damage. Pamela sputters faked slander, then Mrs. Perry. Timid bake sale queen speaks Pamela. "My fountain got a Gerald last fall after I painted my door coral." You detested it? Hands rise, tails, spill dog stool, pranks, tire, slashing notes, all Pamela is carrying on her tyranny. Crumbles amidst Norman Gate, the meeting terminates in a motion to consider her presidency. Tara completes a stone retaining wall, seated with floodproof shrubs obstructing Pamela's sprinklers. It's legal, astounding, and bulletproof. Pamela ventilates phone in hand. Officers Reed and Brooks return. Fatigued 5th time this week. Brooks groans. Pamela gestures at my wall. It will flood my basement. My engineer, Mr. Patel, comes forward with permits. "This complies with all codes, better drainage," he explains. Brooks nods. "Is okay." Reed, eyeing the wall, whispers. Her grievances opened, a can of worms, council's eyeing her, 911 spam, and a recall petition's percolating. "Keep your papers in order, maybe get a sprinkler trained away, victory." Pamela's reign is coming apart, not by me, but her own overreach. Weeks later, my driveway is dry, landscaping green, the swamp beast polished in its garage on a sunny Saturday. I drive it for a legal joyride past Pamela's. She's pulling Dandelion's hair. Ask you. Shying from my eye, I wave the monster. Shiny, some have classic autos. I am Muse, I've got an amphibious warning. Jake comes by tweaking the monster's winch heard from Pamela. The plague, he asks nada. I say, HOA's restructuring and Gerald's in the town hall lost and found labeled as evidence. Jake laughs. You're a legend, Tom. The fellow who defeated an HOA dictator with a swamp tank, I smile. It's the swamp monster. Jake respect its nickname the cul-de-sac's tranquility. The monster a quiet keeper of peace and parched driveways.